Greetings and salutations, my name is JW608 and today we are playing StarMade. And welcome to Season 3. Oh, glorious. Now let's see, what are we going to do? Well, we could continue working on the battleship, but that's mostly done. I'd still like to go over armor, then we have aesthetic stuff to deal with, basically I think. But today I just want to build a ship. So let's build a ship. What are we going to need? Well, we're going to need some power blocks. They're going to need some reactors. Let's see, what else do we need? We need some thrusters. Da-da-da. And, basically all you actually need, but we're also going to grab some shield capacitors and rechargers. Capacitators for you old people. Let's see. And probably gonna need some hull. Our very basic armor. Back 100 years ago, it was called gray hull. But not anymore. Alright. Let's see here. So let's start off with a cockpit. Oh, my flashlight's on. If you're in build mode, and you would like to turn on and off the flashlight, the button is P. If you are in astronaut mode and press P, it wants to build a space station. We don't want that yet. Alright. So, first of all, we need to ask, what does this spaceship do? Well, it flies in space. Yes, what is what it do now? And don't do it very good, neither. But what should it do? Ah, there's the question. Aye, there's the rub, even. I want this spaceship to be a fighter. That's right, I wanted to get into the boxing ring. No. I want it to be like a Starfighter. So, how do we accomplish this? Well, first of all, it needs a reactor. Let's go with a light fighter. This is not gonna be... think TIE fighter. Let's see here. So we need a reactor to start out with. I'm gonna do something wild and crazy. Okay, there we go. And that's wild and crazy. And it's gonna need some stabilizers. And I'm gonna need something to tell me more about my stabilization. We're at 40%. Under power and reactor there. I would really love for it to tell me here under status, but alas, it does not. So let's pull these down. Now my standard for fighters is the Isanth, so we'll be taking a look at that in a little bit. Let's see, well, can you stand up and get out of here? Yeah, that's fine. Putting this here as a ceiling. I don't mean as a literal, it is a literal ceiling, but also a figurative ceiling of a limiter of the space stuff. Okay, 83%. Let's go ahead and you. There you go, 100%. Well, how much power are we talking about? No thrust. That's not what I asked. How much power are we talking about? In that case, let's go to status. We are talking 4,000 energy per second. Can we bump that up to 5? 2, 3, 1, 2. Oh, 5. That sounds good. Okay. I guess I could just check here, because to get 100% stabilization, you need the reactor blocks. Take that number, subtract 10, and that is the number of stabilizers you need for 100% stabilization. Because you get 10 reactor blocks free, it's the 11th that'll need stabilization. What's stabilization? For... After 10 reactor blocks, the the idea, the explanation in game is that, well, it isn't anything right now, but the explanation is going to be that it needs stabilization, that they become unstable after so long, or so far. Oh, one there. All right. I don't know why, I just kind of wanted that more, the lump in the bottom. But, so after 10 blocks, the reactors become unstable, so they need a block to unstabilize them. It's a balancing feature. And in a version or two ago, there was distance involved, and it got really nasty. We don't have to worry about that now. Just basically, after you get 10 reactors, you need to start adding one of these for every reactor. Personally, I'd be fine if we could just needed double the size of the reactors, but that is not my call. Now what am I doing? Now I am adding shields. Alright, let's do them in order. These are shield rechargers. They recharge the shield. Let's pull up shields. I'm recharging at 45, 55 per second, HP per second, and that drains 550 energy. So if we look here, our power consumption, if you can see right here, power consumption is 10% because we're running 5,500 and we are constantly draining 550. So that's 10%. Isn't math fun? No, it's not. Now, to complement the rechargers, you need capacitors. Capacitors give you the health of a shield. Think of capacitors of the shield's HP and rechargers of the shield's regen. So each one gives you what? Each capacitor gives you 250 shields. So this guy has 2,500 shields, which is not great, but that's life. So, what else do we need? We need reactors, thrusters. Thrusters give you the ability to move. There we go. I don't want that. I want this. Yeah. Without thrusters, you get the alert, no thrusters, and you'll move very, very, very slowly. Okay, this thing has a little zip to it. Moving at 500 meters per second, which is really, really fast. Alright. Let's see. Let's add a little more of the zip, if you will. There. How much thruster is that? Ooh. Thrusters. The thrust to mass is now 5.0. Is actually more than 5.0, as you can see that isn't changing when I remove blocks. But 5.0 is the max thrust to mass ratio. That is how much thrust you're generating per mass, or some sort of calculation. Excuse me. I'm also using 1,750. Oh, let's take that down to 1,500. There you go, 1,500. I'm still using 5.0. 5.0 is the max for calculating thrust. I think you get more for acceleration, but that determines your top speed, basically. Our top speed is 510. Now, there are ways to improve that and make it actually run faster, but that's neither here nor there. So, that's our thrust. In the old days, 2.5 was the highest. Now we move faster, but heavier things are harder to get to the 5.0. That's the trade-off. Everything has a higher top speed, but heavy things have a whole lot more thrusters needed to get there. Oh, turning speed is 6.8. Oh, perfect. So example, if you followed me last season, the battleship. The battleship was ginormous, and it took tons of thrusters just to get it to like 200 meters per second. Top speed. Max speed. And yeah, anyway. What am I talking about? Thrusters. So right now we have a functioning spaceship. This thing works. But I don't want just a functioning spaceship. We want a functioning fighter. So let's add some armament to it. In order to do that, we're going to need a weapons computer. In this case, we're going to go cannon. I have symmetry on, so I'll put down 2. Well, we'll grab the one on the left for no reason. And cannon barrel. And let's do something like this. 4. See. Is that general? Oh. Yep, that's even with that, you can tell by looking at length. If you add a block, it changes. But if you remove them, it doesn't change if if something's longer. So I know since that changes there, but doesn't change when I remove something, that's lined up. You may be thinking, well, that's dumb. You just look down here and eyeball it or draw a measuring line or something. Yeah, but once you get into ships that are a couple 100 meters long, that becomes more difficult. So it's a little trick I have. Alright, so now we have 2 guns. And hit G to get our weapons stuff, and we're gonna assign cannon computer to slot number 1. We go pew, pew. Oh, we can't go pew, pew. That's consuming too much power. So let's link it to that. And let's get rid of some of these. And reassign them to the new... Oh, stop that. To the new power. Oh. So what have you done? I made it a cannon. It's a cannon... Well, the terminology is a cannon master with a cannon slave. There you go, so it's a rapid fire, and it's using 40% of our power. So we can still fly and shoot using 95%. Now, how effective this is going to be, we're going to find out. We're going to spawn in some ships, and you might be noticing, if you watched Season 2, I am missing a whole bunch of blueprints. Yes, I am. The computer crashed again. Fresh restall on a different drive. This copy of Windows has given me more problems than anyway. So this rapid fire gun, notice the stats of the ship I'm looking at are at the top left there, because I have it scanned. My setup, it's the F key, but I don't use defaults anymore, so there we go. It's missing horribly. How do you miss? Oh, there it is. You hit there. And it's just not doing very much at all to the actual armor. Oh, broke a block. Okay. It's kind of an annoying sound. There we go, and it just kind of shreds. If you can get it to, there we go, if you right click you can zoom it if you're in the weapon. And it just kind of shreds systems if you can ever get to them. So you're saying this ship you built can shred an ascent? If it's sitting still and letting me shoot it, yes. The problem is they don't sit still and let you shoot them. They run all over the place. Alright, hey, that one's overheating. It's not the button I wanted. It's the button I got, but not the one I wanted. Actually, let's do that. Let's save this blueprint as a Light Fighter 01. And now let's hit U, and let's spawn in a light fighter. Now the good estimation of a ship is, can it kill itself? Yeah, this can drain its own shields pretty well. Oh. That beep was my timer. If I don't set a timer, each of these episodes will be like 2 hours long, and nobody wants that. Well, you might want that, but I will burn out quick doing 2-hour videos every day. That's the reason we're in Season 3. I limit myself how much time I play most of the time. Sometimes on Fridays I'll go longer. Wow, this... Oh, I guess hitting the wrong thing to be whining about it not dying fast enough. You have to hit reactor blocks or reactor-related blocks, chambers, things like that, to get it to overheat. Did my other ship go? Oh, yeah. Oh, missed the loot cloud. Such is life, I gather. I reckon, I gather. Anyway, I think this is a inefficient little thing, but it's what we have, and it's shaped funny, and that's what matters. So we have built a fighter. A horrible little fighter, but a fighter nonetheless. And so next time we're going to dress it up, talk about armor. All that jazz. Anywho, I have been JW608. This has been StarMade, and I'll do you cats later.